Hey, Husker fans. I'm Lyle Harmon, and this is Off the Cob. Well, our Huskers got it done. They beat Colorado. If you were a Nebraska fan, this was a great win. With it being a nationally televised game at night, Memorial Stadium had an electric atmosphere, and the crowd was rocking. I've heard several people say it was the loudest game they've ever been to. Even Colorado wide receiver Travis Hunter said the fans made a difference, saying it was so loud he had trouble even thinking. Good on the fans. This was the game old fans like me have been waiting for. This team is as close to the Huskers teams of the glory years as any I've seen. Now don't get me wrong, they had a long way to go before winning conference championships or even thinking national championships. But the overall talent, work ethic, attitude, and desire to win is better than anything we've seen in years. And while I'm comparing this team to the old teams of the past, younger fans are experiencing something new. Winning. Winning and finally being excited about the Huskers and the possibilities this season could bring. For many of them, this game was to them what the game of the century was to me. A great memory never to be forgotten. Young fans will forever remember their family members gathered around the big screen and screaming and hollering at each big player's score. They'll talk about how aunts and uncles jumped and danced around the room and how Grandpa sat with a goopy smile on his face as a single tear ran down his cheek. For younger Husker fans, this game was a life-changing moment. I know, you think I'm crazy, but I'm serious. As football fans, and especially Husker fans, there are games that change how we see our team and forever inspire us. In a metaphorical sense, seeing what these types of games mean to so many people, especially the ones we love, it causes the Grinch effect. Our love for the Husker football grew 3 sizes that day. But no matter how good the feeling, we have to ask, how good is this Nebraska team? The national media is talking them up. Nebraska made the top 25, listed as number 23 in the AP poll, and number 24 in the coaches poll. Media members are already saying Nebraska will be 7-0 when they go to Ohio State. They're also suggesting there could be a team that makes the Big 12-team playoff. One procrastinator has them at number 12, and another thinks they're a bubble team as one of the first 4 out. Personally, I'm excited. I feel like it's a little all premature, but I'm excited. The Colorado game was never in question, and frankly, Nebraska dominated the game on the lines of scrimmage. But is there anybody that can honestly say this Husker team doesn't have work to do? Coach Rule said it, and who am I to disagree? Special teams were the worst. But I will say this. While there were several lowlights, there were highlights too. Nebraska is winning the field goal or the field position with a 10.9-yard advantage over UTEP and a 7.6-yard advantage over Colorado. Part of it is due to Isaiah Garcia Castaneda doing a tremendous job returning punts. In 2 games, he has almost as many return yards as the Huskers had all last season. Brian Buschini also seems to be back in his old form, averaging 50.1 yards per punt and pinning Colorado inside the 5-yard line for Tommy Hill's pick 6. It was a great play. You loved it as much as I do. You know it. On kickoff returns, we can all see Ja'Cory Barney as a big play waiting to happen. Ty Robinson got another field goal block, and if I was guessing, there'll be more. But after that, the special teams play was pretty abysmal. It needs to be resolved, or it'll cost the Huskers a game. Until it's fixed, I'm reluctant to get on the 7-0 bandwagon. Illinois, Rutgers, and Indiana will all test the Huskers. Special teams will be a big part of passing that test. This Saturday, Northern Iowa will be another chance for the Huskers to take a step forward. With UNI being an FCS team, everybody is already counting this game as a win. But after a big win over Colorado, it would be easy for this team to overlook their opponent and come out flat. That's worrisome when you look at how Nebraska played the second half against Colorado. There seemed to be a lack of focus, and they were sloppy with too many penalties. I was disappointed in the second half. Last week's Notre Dame game should be a reminder for this team as to what can happen if you're not on point. But listening to Rule and coordinators Satterfield and White, it sounds like they're turning up the heat this week. They must continue to get better. They got to get better. Am I worried? Well, if this was 1995, not in the least bit. But after what we've experienced over the last 7 seasons, yeah, I need to see another step forward against UNI. They need to come out hot and dominate this game. These are the games Nebraska is supposed to win big. It can't be close if they want to maintain their momentum. They got to win this one big. Illinois is up after UNI, and that's when the season really begins. All the kinks need to be worked out by then. I'm excited. This staff will make it happen, and look for the Huskers to continue their climb. They'll get with it this weekend. Good things are about to happen. Hey, just a reminder, go to lyleharmon-otc.com and characterchronicles.com to read more from Off the Cob. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section, and be sure to like and share. This is Lyle Harmon at Off the Cob. Enjoy the Huskers game, fans.